And we're live. But you can't...
All right, well.
Did you need to travel with a lot of weapons for that? That wouldn't have been a problem? Like,
a lot of times what we would do is like, if we were going there, like some trips we were going somewhere where the weapons were already there.
mm-hmm.
Like we're going to shoot somebody else's thing, like especially if a tank. Like there was a time we drove all the way to like the other side, the shit, New Mexico. That's not Texas, fucking all the way to New Mexico from Northeast Georgia, got in somebody else's tank and made a video and then drove back.
Oh, wow.
We could have flown there in 3.5 hours, filmed it in a day and a half, flown back. It could have been a 3-day trip. Instead, it's like a week.
He's like John Madden.
Yeah, he's absolutely like John Madden taking the train.
When you do that? That's what happens to me. Like if I take like 3 grown men, some materials, some luggage, and put it in a truck, and then run that truck for like, I'm making it up, 40 hours straight there, and then 40 hours straight on. There are many things in my life that are that good. You know, if I ran my dishwasher that hard, it'd probably break. Like everything around me is like consumer bullshit. But cars, they're like commercial quality, kind of like they're good things.
Yeah, it made me really appreciate. That's I bought that second Silverado just for those trips because we were going to visit the guy who like invented tannerite and like Dan Tanner, and he was like, you know, if you drive up here, because we're trying to figure out like how he's going to ship me more explosives because there was some sort of limit on how much he could ship at a time, and shipping was expensive when you're shipping that stuff in these big 100-pound boxes. And he was like, you know, if you could just get up here, you could have as much as you could carry back. And I went out the next day and bought a truck and drove up there and filled the back of it up like completely full with explosives and drove it back.
Could you bring that? Can you bring that across the border? Do they ask you? They're like
border?
Like any state border, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you're just like, they're explosives, and he's like, okay, bye. Is that?
Well, they're not explosives. That's ammonium nitrate.
If someone shot the back of your truck, it would make international news.
If it were mixed, yeah, it would have. I don't know how much was in the back of that truck, but I would guess 1,500 pounds, maybe 2,000, but maybe a ton. Like completely full in the back of a short bed pickup truck, like all the way to the top. Like I got a bed cover, like one of the ones that like tilts up with the hydraulic arms.
Is it just in
and everything.
bags or like in bricks?
Boxes.
Boxes.
Huh. Boxes with bags within the boxes.
If you get in an accident, that's it, right? Like the whole thing
nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. All right.
No, it has to be mixed up to be reactive, and a car accident wouldn't set it off.
Yeah,
even if it were.
Yeah, it takes a pretty good rifle. Like a 22 might not set it off.
22 will not set it off. It needs to be going, like 2,800 feet per second, something like that, like rifle speed, like 5.56 rifle. A hammer won't do it. Heat won't do it. You really need to shoot it with like a real rifle.
How big would that explosion have been had someone hit it with like a rifle round? Like how big?
So to turn the cab of a pickup truck like inside out takes less than 20 pounds.
Okay, and this was a ton.
This was a ton. So
this was what, 1,000 times more than that?
Well,
100 times more
not
than
quite,
that?
100 times bigger than that. Yeah. So crater in the ground. The truck is unrecognizable.
You're probably dead.
Oh, probably.
Vaporized.
Like Jeremy and I were mixing up a charge one time, and we were using some stuff that's made by tannerite, but it's their better stuff. It's the stuff that is reactive to a 22 caliber bullet. It's got a lot of ingredients mixed in there to make it hotter. No, it was that's a completely different product that you're thinking of, Woody.
That's good shit too.
That's real good shit too. We did the math one time about how much more powerful it was per tannerite, the ratio. And I think it's like 15 or 20 to 1. So a pound of it is like 15 or 20 pounds of tannerite. So a pound will blow up the inside of a car. And we've got about 25, 30 pounds of it on the back of this pickup truck. And we're duct taping gasoline cans to either side, 5 gallons on each side of it. And we're really racking the duct tape up. We've gone through like 8 rolls of the thick, heavy duty stuff. Because we want the thing about those types of explosives, like the tighter you can squeeze them together, the more of the fuel gets burnt rather than scattered by the initial blast. So, and we're wrapping this thing up, and Jeremy's like, in his broken fucking English, oh man, it wouldn't be good at all if it went off, would it? I was like, don't worry, Jimmer, you'll never know if it does. You wouldn't.
Yeah.
It would have turned us inside out. It wouldn't have vaporized. This isn't Star Trek, but it would have blown us into pieces that you could throw into a garbage bag.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of would have vaporized you, right? Like it'd be a lot of you would be missed.
Parts of it would be gone.
There'd be some vapor, but there'd be chunks too, big chunks. Arms and legs would be laying around. Viscera.
Semi-open casket general.
Test this to know for sure.
I've blown up some animals. I promise you, there's not much left.
Yeah.
We filled up.
I feel like you're going. I think there's less. You're like there'd be chunks at 1,500 pounds. Are we still in 1,500 pounds?
Oh, I was talking about that charge that Jeremy and I were wrapping up on the tailgate with all the gasoline and everything. At 1,500 pounds, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're finding.
They wouldn't even know a person was there.
Yeah. No. Okay.
But you're absolutely right. It would have made national fucking news if something like that went up. But it was completely safe to do what we were doing because it was unmixed, non-reactive. It was fine.
And then if that would have happened at the time, can you imagine all of us view whoring off your death being like, oh man, oh Kyle, what a man, what a guy, just all of us cashing in a little bit of free views on that machinima.
Hell yeah, I wouldn't blame anybody.
A little 4-minute video. All right, Kyle,
do it up.
See you soon. See you later.
If I die, Taylor, please do a Twitch stream with me in the title of Remembrance.
In the title, you'll be in the video, propped up.
All right, tonight we're gonna mock hoarders. Also, R.I.P. Woodster. But anyway, get a load of this gross bitch. Like, yeah. If I die, I want you guys to do a Twitch stream for me, and I want it to be in very poor taste.
Oh, there'll be a stuffed owl.